All right. Hey everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how to build business credit fast in 2026. Whether you are a new business or you need to go make some adjustments with your business, file some amendments, I will be going over everything today in this video. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I know that when starting a business, it is super exciting. I see it all the time. Somebody wants to go start a business, whether a corporation or an LLC, and they just go choose any address, right? They choose their mom's address, their grandma's address, or they go get a mail delivery service address or iPostal. Stay away from all of those. You want to make sure that before you even go register your business with the Secretary of State, that you are following the blueprint to a T of structuring your business properly. One of the main reasons why I see business owners get flagged when it comes to getting business credit, funding, all of these things, vehicles under their business, is because they have a bad address, right? You want to have a credible address. That's why you want to stay away from using your home address. Not only do you want to stay away from using your home address because it will get you flagged, but also because it is dangerous. It is dangerous to have your personal address on your documents because when the underwriters go to Google up your business, they will see that you have a home address. They are not viewing you as a real business owner. Even if you work from home, which most of us do, you are not deemed a real business owner, right? They are not deeming you as one. So you want to make sure that you are choosing a credible corporate address. And then on the flip side, when you register your business, it then becomes public knowledge. So this means that anybody can go and Google up your business and see where you live if you chose your home address. So we want to stay away from those, okay? iPostal, like I said, is horrible. Do not go through that company. If you have already used them for your address, then you want to file an amendment and get you a credible corporate address. Mail delivery services, like I said, UPS, mail delivery services, mailboxes, anytime mailbox, all of those are horrible. They will get you flagged instantly. So I am going to show you how to choose a credible corporate address for your business. Now, I want to stress that if you have a storefront, a brick and mortar, you want to go ahead and use that one. That is perfect. You do not need a virtual office. So, virtual office, but it is a credible corporate address, okay? So, I pulled up Opus here. Opus is a great company to be able to get an address from, but not every address that they have is credible. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to spot the ones that are not good versus the ones that are good. And I'm going to really show you guys how to choose the best one for your business so that you can maximize your approvals in 2026. So when you get on Opus, it's going to show you, all the different tabs, home services, virtual offices. So right here, whatever state you chose to register your business in, you could have that, you got to have an address in that state, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys an example. All right. All right, and if you hear something in the background, that is my dog. If you've been here for a while or you've been following me for a while, you know my pug is always under my desk, sleeping half the time when I'm doing classes. So if you hear something, that is her. All right, so let's start here. So I put in Oakland, okay? Now right here, they look good, right? But then right here, you see a mail center that I just spoke of. This one is already, we got to already exit out. There's just no way. So you wouldn't even go to that because this is the thing. Imagine you chose this address and an underwriter and you just applied for 50,000 no P in business credit or business funding and an underwriter Googles up your business. This is what they're going to see. Credibility instantly gone, right? Okay, so this is what I want you to do when you are choosing an address. So you see right here, so let's click this. You're going to see the address. Okay, perfect. All right. You want to make sure that your address has a conference room, has a receptionist, all of those things. But I'm going to show you guys something that a lot of people are not talking about, but I'm going to drop this major gem for you guys today because I want everybody to be able to have success in 2026. So you want to come over here to Google and you want to put it in Google. So your business has to pass a KYB with the underwriters, right? The banks, the underwriters, KYC, KYB. KYC is know your customer, KYB is know your business. So underwriters, you are going through a KYC or a KYB with the underwriters that you don't even know about behind the scenes. AI will run your business first and know if it's flagged. And then sometimes it goes to an underwriter, but 9 times out of 10, it's going straight with AI, straight through AI, and you are going to get flagged immediately if you have a bad address. So this is what I want you guys to do. Copy and paste it into Google. So this way we are tapping into the mind of an underwriter and we are able to now see what our business address looks like online. So now we are seeing the business how the underwriters see the business, right? So as soon as you Google it up, this is what pops up. Amazing, right? You see all of these other businesses with reviews, 5-star reviews, 3.8. Doesn't really matter the reviews. Okay. Then you see LoopNet, just has some information. The syndicate building, 1440 Broadway, office for lease, creative office spaces to rent. So at the top, when you're first looking, you don't really see anything about a virtual office. Now, when you come down here, you see Opus, then you see all these others. This would be a great address that I would choose. I would definitely choose this for a client. If I was building out their business, I have a done for you service, I would definitely choose this one, or myself if I was looking to start a business in California. So, oops, let me go back. So then that is how you spot a good address versus this address. We already know it's bad. So go to, let me pick a different state. So we can get a broad. Let's look up Kansas City, Missouri. All right, so you always want to choose it. You want to go through the pictures. Okay, conference room looks amazing. All right, perfect. And then again, you want to copy and paste it. We're going to go right over to Google again. All right, so this one so far, okay, so it does have the businesses. It has a co-working space in there. So Hive co-working, virtual office. So it's not horrible. It's not horrible at all. And then of course, Opus pays, for the SEO to show up even more. So it's not horrible, but I would do my research on other ones and look for a better one that doesn't just show up the Hive co-working, the virtual. But it's not horrible. I've seen worse. So let me see. Let me go back. I'm sorry. Okay. So I want to spend a little time on this because this is super important. If you have all the components in place with your business structure, but you have a bad address, you're just going to get denied. And if you choose a bad address first, and then you go register the business, get your EIN number, business bank account, DUNS number, all of those things, you're going to have to go back and update everything. So, which it's not the end of the world. It can be done. Everything can be fixed. And guys, we answer to two people. That is the IRS, the Secretary of State, okay? So you want to make sure that everything is great with them. Everything is cohesive across the board, which we'll get into more later. So just come on here and just put in, whatever state you are looking to do, and then just really spend some time and do some research on which ones are good. So again, this one you wouldn't want to have it. So that's why I said, even with Opus, even though it's a credible company, and I do use them often for different clients and things like that, I do get an address with them. Just because of that, you still have to do your due diligence. You still have to act as if you are the underwriter so you can tap into the mind of an underwriter, like I said, and see what they are looking at, okay? because a bad address will get you flagged. So if you have anything that I mentioned earlier, the iPostal home address, you want to file an amendment with your Secretary of State, but first you would want to choose a new address and then go file your amendment, okay? So after you know you have a credible corporate address, you want to go ahead and start building the rest of your business profile. So we're going to head over to GoDaddy. So just godaddy.com, and you are going to lock in your domain, which is going to be used for your website, and you want to lock in your professional email while we're on here. So let's see what we have going on. Let's try one of my companies. So you don't need to put LLC in the search because for the email and the domain, it doesn't have to say LLC. Like it doesn't have to say AOB Academy LLC.com. No. When you are, and I'm gonna drop another gem for you guys. When you are, on socials and your website and things like that, as far as like the domain, it doesn't need to say LLC everywhere. That is for corporate documents. When you are filling out corporate documents like business credit applications, if you are going to apply for a vehicle under your business, of course, LLC. Okay. So AOBacademy.com is taken because I own it. So it's not going to show up. So this is a way for you to tell, okay, which business name is available, right? I always tell my clients to pick three. The first one, obviously the one you want the most, but that just because you have the idea and the vision for your business does not mean that it's going to be available. Okay, I see it all the time. So you'd be surprised at how many people choose the same business name as you. So it's already taken. Now, what is available is .net, .org. .org is usually used for like government, so I wouldn't use that. .net, no. No, I want .com. You want to make sure you have the .com locked in. If you choose to lock in any of the other ones, that's fine. But you want to have .com because that means somebody already has your name. So even if it's not trademarked or whatever the case may be, they may already be using it for social media or something like that. So let's just try. Um, I'm gonna just I'm just gonna try a random name. I'm gonna make one up literally. Because I just want to see. Okay, so that's not even available, and I'm just making it up. Las Vegas. Okay, so this is available. I'm just making it up, like I said. This one's really expensive. They're usually not expensive, but their .com is available. So it's a premium one, but obviously, you know, if it's available, it's not going to cost as much, but you want to just play around with the names. Like I said, choose. So if the first one is taken, move on to the next, right? Because you want to lock in that .com. And then while you are over here, you want to go ahead and lock in your professional email. So guys, it is 2026. We are not using Gmail, iCloud, or Yahoo to communicate with the underwriters and to fill out business credit applications or vehicle applications with the dealership or anything pertaining to our business using those. You need to communicate with a professional email. So what is a professional email? A professional email is, for example, info, hello, support at yourcompanyname.com. Okay? If you're in education, then you would have, the .org or, you could use that, but .com, yourcompanyname.com. So for example, info at aobacademy.com. Okay. When you are communicating with clients, you can use your Gmail. Okay, that's okay. But when you are applying for, like I said, business credit, business funding, vehicles under your business, whatever it is you are going to get without using your social, you need to use a professional email. Guys, it is all about positioning your business as a Fortune 500 company. Okay? All right. So you do those, get those on GoDaddy, the domain and the professional email. All right. Then we want to go ahead and move on to a business bank account. Now, when it comes to having a business, you need to have a business bank account. It is, again, 2026. We are not commingling our funds or our credit with our personal. Guys, I cannot tell you how many people have come to me, and it's really disheartening that they have been using their personal credit for so long that they are actually capped on the personal side. They literally can't even get anything on the personal side because they have been carrying their business with their personal credit and personal income. It does not have to be that way. When you structure your business properly and then you follow the blueprint to a T, you can then start getting income producing assets, business credit funding, all of that without having to use your personal credit. Okay, you can use just solely your EIN only, not your social. We want to keep everything separated. Your business credit separated from your personal credit, your business income separated from your personal income. So you want to make sure that you have a business bank account. Okay, so I always tell my students to have a bank account with an online bank, which would be Novo. Novo is really great. And then also a traditional bank that you can walk into. Now, with how I teach, we are not going to the banks for business credit or any of that business lines of credit. We are not doing that, but we still need a bank account for our business. So I recommend having, again, the online bank and a traditional bank. Novo is a really great, easy bank account to open online. So here's a little bit about it. No monthly fees. So it's definitely a great bank. And I will have the link for this bank in the description box, so no worries at all. But even, and a lot of people say, oh, I can have more than one bank account for my business. Yes, absolutely. So let's talk about traditional banks. Personally, I use a credit union. So I use Navy Federal, and I recommend everybody use a credit union as well. But if you already have an established relationship with your bank, you could just open up a business account with them. Bank of America. Personally, I don't care for Chase, but I know a lot of people who do. Like I said, a credit union, all of those, US Bank, you could actually open one up with them as well. Okay? So this is super, super important. All right, so let's move over to listing your business online. So earlier I spoke about KYCs and KYBs, right? So you have to pass through the KYC or the KYB in order to get approved from the underwriter, right? So you want to, and these are all free. This is what I absolutely love, and that why I stress, business structure and how easy and simplified it really is when you just know the steps and where to go and what to do. It really is simple. It is free to list your business, have these business citations on all of these platforms, right? So the first one is going to be listyourself.net. So right here, this is the 411 National Directory right here. So you want to come over here and you want to click where it says individual, personal, or business listings. You want to click more info. And then right here, you want to be very mindful. You don't want to list your personal. On the personal side, you want to list business. Okay? And look how simple it is. This will probably literally take you 2 minutes. You just fill out the information. Toll-free number. So I'll just talk about it now. I was going to get to it, but you want to have a toll-free number for your business, okay? I'll get into that more after the listings, but you want to have a toll-free number for your business. Company name right here, you would put AOB Academy LLC, right? Exactly how it appears. So, quick tip. When you are filling out anything pertaining to your business, you want to make sure that you are filling it out the same way on every application or with every account, okay? Exactly, everything needs to match exactly to a T. Like I said, we answer to the IRS and the Secretary of State, but everything needs to be cohesive. So what you have on your corporate documents, because that's what the underwriters can pull, and then they go to manually look up your business, everything needs to match what you have on the application. What you have on the application needs to match what you have with the state and the IRS, and then it needs to match with all of these different accounts, okay? So then you want to go to the bottom or just scroll through, or you can, like I said, scroll to the bottom and put your own in for the SIC code. Remember earlier I spoke about the SIC code and the NIAX code? The SIC code is going to be what vendors use to identify your business. So NAICS code is what banks use. Six codes use what is for vendors, right? So this identifies your business. I'm going to do a more in-depth video on that, how to choose a low risk industry, and I'll do a video on that soon for you guys. And then primary reason to be listed. I want my business to be found by current customers, or I want to track whatever you want to do. So it's completely free, and then they will call you with a code, and then you will be listed, okay? Super simple. Then you want to go over to Yelp. All right, super simple over here as well. So you just go Yelp for business, add a business, follow the prompts. Okay. Then after that, you want to head over to Google. So Google Business. So remember earlier I spoke about having a professional email, right? A professional email. And I said, don't use your Gmail when it comes to filling things out. Now, to list your business on Google, you have to have a business Gmail, right? So stand out on Google with a free business profile. So you will use a Gmail. You can create one for free, a free business Gmail, and then list your business online. It's completely free because this is the thing. When you are filling out applications and the underwriters go to look up your business, they're going to see if you're listed on Google as well. Let me show you. So you want to be right here. Okay, you want to dominate the pages. So this is my business listing for one of my businesses. So this way, when, like I said, whenever the underwriters look up your business, they can see. Let me get off of here. So that is that. So just list your business on Google. Okay, super simple and it's free. Next, I'm gonna give you guys a couple that I have my students do, is you want to list your business with the Better Business Bureau. Okay, this is free. Now, the Better Business Bureau, after you enter in all your info and get yourself listed, they're going to call you and try to upsell you. You do not have to pay. Okay, it is completely free. So you want to get your business listed, and then you just want to come here and you just want to start the process. Claim your business's free BBB business profile or submit a request to add a new profile, okay? This is free. And so taking advantage of everything that's out here for your business to be able to stand on its own, and it's free and it does not take long. You can literally list your business on all of these platforms in under 20 minutes, and that's even giving you extra time, okay? So take advantage and list your business on all these platforms. And then I also want to stress to you guys listing your business on all socials, right? Especially a business page, okay? Not your personal page on Facebook, but creating a Facebook business profile. Okay. The thing is with the underwriters, and when it comes to, you going to get approved for anything pertaining to your business, we don't know exactly where they're going to look. We just know they're going to look. And so the more places that your business is, the more credibility it is going to have instantly. So you want to take advantage of these platforms for enabling you to be able to post your business and for free. Like I said, Yelp, BBB, they will try to upsell you, but you do not have to. Okay. All right, so let's move on to a toll-free number. Now, when it comes to a toll-free number, when it comes to your business, let me start there. You need a toll-free number, okay? Even if you have your local phone number, that is fine. But again, it's all about positioning our business as a Fortune 500 company. If you go to Google up Target's headquarters or Walmart or whatever the case may be, it's not going to just be a local number on there. It's going to be a toll-free number. The bank's customer service, they are all 800-888-866-844. That is giving them instant credibility, right? As a Fortune 500 company. So we want to position our business just as well. Okay. So you can go to eVoice. That is a great company to be able to get a toll-free number. It's about $14 a month. It is worth it, guys, okay? It is worth it. So add this. It's also grasshopper. So this is another option for you. This will run you about the same. Okay. Now you can get a toll-free number with Opus, but if for some reason something happens with your address, for example, you switch offices or whatever the case may be, that address or that phone number, I'm sorry, is tied to your account. So you want to be intentional with that and just keep that in mind. So I would actually recommend getting one with a different company. So right here, company phone and fax number, right here, live call answering, you have your toll-free number. Okay. You can also have a fax number with them, but you don't need to do all that. All right. So let's move over to Dun and Bradstreet. So right now we are just structuring our profile. We are having everything lined up to be able to get approvals and build out our business structure, our business profile and credit with the actual bureau. So there is Equifax, Experian, Dun and Bradstreet. And then Credit Safe is not technically a bureau, but they do house your information for extra credibility that's housed in there when underwriters go to look your business up. Okay, so Dun and Bradstreet. It is free. A lot of people, I cannot tell you how many people say, oh, how did you get, if I show something online or I'm talking about Duns, oh, I paid X amount of dollars. And it's like, you don't have to pay for a Duns number. It is completely free. So what you do is go to dnb.com. When you're on here, you want to click Duns number, get a Duns online, right here. Get started now. I have a US-based business. Get started. Oops. Right here. Okay. Now it says expedite your DUNS number, guys. I get clients their DUNS number in about 2 hours, and that's even max. Okay. You do not need to pay to expedite the DUNS number. It says DUNS number cost. There is no cost. I want to stress again, there is no cost to request and receive a DUNS number. However, you can pay a small fee to speed up the process and receive your number more quickly. You do not need to do that. Okay. Do not spend your money doing the expedition with to expedite your number with Duns, please do not do that. Now, I want to stress to you guys as well that sometimes I have students that come to me and they're like, I just have an LLC sitting around and, da 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 da. And I'm like auditing their profile, whatever the case may be. And they're like, I had never got a DUNS number. When you have an older company, so what happens is when you register your business, DUNS will actually create your number after 3 months on but with how I teach, we're moving fast. So with my blueprint, I have students who are able to build their business credit and their structure in 15 to 30 days. Now, it depends on the time of the month. There's other things that go into it, but we do not wait. We want to move fast because as soon as we get structured and we build those initial business credit accounts and get those scores, we are moving on, right? We are not waiting around for somebody to do anything for us. We are going after exactly what we want. That is what business owners do. So you can actually check and see if your business already has a DUNS number. Right here. Oops. So this is one of my companies. I already have a DUNS number. So for example, say I choose yes. So this is something I want you to do if you have an LLC sitting around and you want to be sure. Right here, guys, it says claimed. If for some reason you have a DUNS number and you haven't done anything, like you weren't the one that actually went and applied, it's going to say claim this company. So go ahead and do that, okay? All right, so after that, we're gonna go ahead and move on to establishing business credit. All right, so business credit has actually gotten really simplified over the years. You don't have to buy all of this toilet paper and paper towels and things like that anymore to generate a score. It is really simplified, and I have perfected it to a T of, like I said, being able to build super fast, right? All right, so first things first, we are going to start with Nav. So Nav is nav.com. So you want to create an account with them. Now, Nav recently used to have a 2-for-1 trade line. They are currently, so this is February 2026. They discontinued the NAV Prime trade line, which was an additional trade line from the NAV Prime. So when you join NAV, you want to choose the 49.99, which is NAV Prime. Okay. So prior to, you guys are watching this video at, well, whenever you're watching it, as of February 2026, there was a NAV Prime card that was included. But the good news is per my rep, we are getting another trade line with them in April of 2026. So then you get a 2-for-1. Okay, you get a 2-for-1. And this trade line reports to all three bureaus, Dun& Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. Okay. With Dun & Bradstreet, you need 3 trade lines to generate a Paydex score, and then it will also report to Experian and Equifax. Once a trade line hits there, a score will be generated regardless. But you need 3 specifically with Dun & Bradstreet to get your Paydex score. Sorry. All right, so you want to get nav.com. I will also have the link to Nav in the description so you can easily go there. So you just put in your information. You don't have to put your EIN number there. All right, so after Nav, again, the 49.99, you want to head over to Fair Figure. I absolutely love Fair Figure. You can pay yearly, like with any of these accounts, you can pay annually and you can save, but it's going to run you $35 a month. So these are subscription, the accounts that I'm showing you are subscription based. So NAV is $49.99 every month. Fair Figure is $35 every month. Now, once your scores are generated, it's up to you if you want to cancel them. I would say 3 months, give yourself 3 months, and then you can cancel NAV and then the other account that I'm going to show you. Fair Figure, personally, I would keep because Fair Figure has a lot of benefits to them, different funding options and things like that. So Fair Figure reports to all 3 bureaus too. Right here, it does say Dun & Bradstreet and Equifax credit safe, but they do report, I'll let you guys in on a little insider. They do report to Experian as well. It's just Experian's, the integration is not over here yet on Fair Figure's dashboard, okay? I'm giving you guys all the gems today, so I really hope you guys take all of these and apply them. So Fair Figure, $35 a month. If you want to pay annually, you can. And then we're going to move over to eCredible. I love eCredible. eCredible is only, okay, so let me back up a little. So right here, list your personal credit. I mean, they do personal credit. I don't use them for that. If you want to, by all means, but we're going to build your business credit, right? Build your business credit. $19.95 a month. That's it. Okay? Now, I want to stress to you guys, it's $19.95 a month, but they have a $39.95 option. You do not need that option, just the $19.95. Okay? That is all you need. Create your account, move on. It's super simple, guys. All of these applications are so simple. You're going to use all of your business info. Again, just to reiterate, corporate address, professional email, toll-free number, right? When you are filling out your application, you want to make sure that you're using all of your business info. Okay? So this is eCredible. So 1995, that 1995 reports to all 3 business bureaus. Now, what I love about eCredible is that you can actually, again, I'm dropping major gems for you guys because I really want to see you guys build your business properly in 2026. You can actually, and what I highly recommend is you can actually put some of your utilities in your business name and then self-report them on eCredible. Okay? So then now for just $19.95, you can self-report and you have that initial trade line that's going to report for you. Okay? So super simple with eCredible as well. So here is the website, and then that is that. So that is how you are going to generate your scores fast in 2026. So yeah, guys, and if you want to dig deeper, I do have an online community named AOB Elites, and we go live together the first and third Tuesday of every month, as well as we have a library of about 18 classes that we have already done, and then you will have that access and proximity to me on your business journey. But I will see you all in the next one. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.